Hello, I'm Monisha Krishna, co founder of the Sacred Groves. In the 8 to 10 minutes that I'm going to be speaking to you, the world would have lost 150 to 200 acres of primary forest, and potentially one species would have gone extinct. We have a choice to make to live this inconvenient truth or actively work towards changing the status quo. The solution pathway that we have chosen at Sacred Groves is to arrest deforestation and forest degradation, a pathway validated by the UN RED as well as the recent IPCC report of March 2023. The present state of affairs begs the question, why is the world losing its natural capital at such a rapid rate? The answer, to an extent, lies in our current economic models wherein economic value is generated by extracting from nature. For instance, a standing forest generates value only when it has been harvested for timber or other resources and alternate land use. Considering that 55% of global GDP is highly or moderately dependent on nature, it is imperative to create and evolve models that build nature. Since incorporation in February 2020, Sacred Groves is privileged to have protected 3 forests from commercial exploitation, 2 in the UK and 1 in Canada. By 2025, we aspire to protect 100,000 acres. As a social enterprise, we are creating economic models to facilitate conservation funding. The first is tokenization, which I will elaborate upon shortly. The second is what we call conservation commerce, a mechanism by which companies can include conservation in their commercial value proposition by linking their product or service with square feet or acres of habitat protected with Sacred Groves. The first company to come on board was an Instagram-based art seller called Pyar Nation that committed to protect a square foot of natural habitat for every square foot of art sold. Every organization uses electronic assets such as laptops, desktops, phones, printers, etc., as part of its day-to-day functioning. Typically, after about 3 to 4 years, these assets are fully depreciated and considered past their useful life. So where do they go? Unfortunately, only a small portion are recycled or resold, and most end up in a landfill to pollute land, air, and water. In fact, in 2021 alone, the weight of global electronic waste exceeded the weight of the Great Wall of China. Sacred Groves has partnered with resellers and recyclers to create a circular ecosystem by which the residual value derived from the disposal of e-waste goes towards conservation funding. This junk to jungles model aligns with at least 4 UN Sustainable Development Goals, tackles 2 major problems at once, all with no P&L implications for the company. An example of a recent partnership that we've made is to innovate on climate solutions with Lumi Network. Lumi Network is co-founded by the Professor for Design Thinking at Stanford University. Together, we are developing innovation programs for youth in the age group of 10 to 25 years to come up with climate solutions powered by AI. These are just 4 verticals, and we are in the process of developing many more. Here's a deep dive on how our tokenization model works. We have used technology to democratize conservation and make it accessible, affordable, and transparent. We acquire old growth of primary forests and natural habitats that are in danger of commercial exploitation. Using geospatial imaging, we create a digital twin of the forest area, which is virtually divided into conservation tokens that we call Sacred Grove clusters or SGCs. The SGCs can be supported by environmentally sensitive individuals and companies, who we like to call guardians, at a price point of $50 for a 10-year period. All transactions are on the blockchain for transparency, security, and traceability. The Sacred Groves platform is cloud native, based on Microsoft Azure, which guardians can access via our web and mobile applications. I'm just going to share a quick demo of what a Guardian dashboard looks like. So this is my personal Guardian dashboard. I protect 8 Sacred Grove clusters, which correspond to an area of 1,267 square feet. There's an estimation of the carbon sequestered over the 10-year period of my support, as well as the pollution removal. So between the 3 forests, I have 2 clusters in Ocean Sanctuary, Canada, 3 clusters in Coedreal, United Kingdom, and 3 clusters in Gidrin Prusik. There's a little bit of information about the weather conditions, which was updated a little while ago, the temperature, humidity, the general weather, and the green cover density. So this is what it looks like. So this is a map of Coedreal. These are my 3 clusters. When I click on the pin drop, I can see the exact location of the cluster that I'm protecting. So the area that corresponds to my support, elevation, name of the habitat, the type of forest it is, and since when I've been supporting it. And when I zoom out, what we get to see is the whole area around the Coedreal forest is pasture land. And this was really the reason for Sacred Groves to step in and protect this forest. It's an ancient oak woodland with beautiful biodiversity. There's information on the periodic surveys that have taken place at the forest. You could either go in for an annual subscription or a one-time payment, whatever you prefer. The most interesting aspect is the gifting function. There are 46 gifting occasions between these 4 broad categories. So Sacred Grove clusters make for a wonderful planet positive gift. So coming back to my presentation, I wanted to just introduce you to a few of our guardians. Angela is one of our earliest guardians. She supports Sacred Groves with a monthly subscription. Pyar Nation, which I mentioned before, combines sales with conservation via our conservation commerce model. Dentsu was the first company to align with the Junk to Jungles model. And Eton Business School engaged with our gifting feature to gift Sacred Grove clusters to its entire graduating cohort, making for a wonderful planet-friendly memory for the whole cohort. Sacred Groves is incorporated in the UK as a community interest company, a structure which combines the features of a for-profit entity and a charity to deliver social good. One of the main features of a CIC is the asset lock, which ensures that A, the assets of the CIC are used for the benefit of society, and B, the end use of the asset cannot ever be changed. Another important feature is the community interest test, which ensures compliance with the stated purpose of the CIC. These features of the CIC ring-fence and safeguard the forests and habitats protected by the Sacred Groves and ensure they remain in their natural state for posterity. Our eventual financial model of deploying 60% of funds towards conservation and 40% towards operational expenses shall allow us to employ a high caliber of professionals and leverage the latest technologies. The company has been bootstrapped by the founders with the current share capital of £950,000 to be enhanced to £1 million by March 2024. We are honored to have been recognized at multiple forums such as the Cannes Lions Festival of Creativity, the Strategy and PwC Climate Tech Report, and most recently, onboarding by the Microsoft Entrepreneurship for Positive Impact Accelerator. I'd like to end with a profound thought. We don't inherit the earth from our ancestors. We borrow it from our children. So let's work towards becoming worthy ancestors. Thank you very much.